Hi, my name is Dike and welcome to this feminine embodiment practice, which is specifically designed for when you're feeling disconnected from your pleasure. Maybe you're struggling with pleasure, maybe you have lost this sense of aliveness or this spark seems to have disappeared. Then this practice is going to be a beautiful and very gentle, soft bridge connecting you back to this part of you that feels, that is alive, to your sensuous nature as well. For a long time in my life, I struggled a lot with pleasure, and it was until I started learning about sexuality, about my feminine nature, about tantric principles, that I started to really understand how my body works as a woman, how my pleasure works. And so I'm incorporating some of those principles in this practice that really helped me. The main focus, the main part that we're going to be working with is basically your lower belly, as well as with your pelvic floor. And again, it's mainly designed to just create a sense of awareness back into that part of your body. And that's about it. Because when we bring the awareness back, when we start to shift our attention there, we open up space to start sensing, to start feeling again, and for the energy to start flowing into that direction. So that's the starting point. 1 bell marks the start and 3 bells mark the end. For now, you can come to lie down, because we're going to do this practice mainly just lying down. You can either lie down on a yoga mat, but also on your bed. Maybe you'd like to even prop yourself up on a few pillows, because you want to be able to easily place your hands on your lower belly and maybe even on your yoni. So making sure that's possible. And then you can just rest your hands somewhere on your body for now. Close down your eyes. And in this moment, just thank yourself for showing up, for getting yourself to this space. That's already half of the work. Let's begin. And then from here, while you're lying down, just making sure you're really comfortable. So double checking, am I really comfortable the way that I'm resting? Is there any way to make yourself even more comfortable? And then placing your hands resting on your heart. So as women, our heart is actually the doorway to our pleasure. Really to our deepest opening, deepest surrender. And this deep space of sort of soul-fulfilling aliveness and pleasure, it opens through the heart. So resting your hands there, let's take 3 breaths into that space just below your hands. Deep breath in. And soft sigh out. And again, breathing into your heart. Sigh it out. And once more, deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. And then from here, it can be very beautiful to just caress your chest, your heart, your breasts, just some loving touch. This connection to your heart. Amazing. And then from there, we're going to stroke down. So stroking down your body towards your lower belly. And just giving your lower belly some gentle belly rubs, some circles, some caresses. And letting your belly really puff out naturally. No need to suck it in. And then letting your hands come to stillness, letting them rest on your lower belly. And connecting to your womb here, a feminine power center that's connected to our creation essence, our emotions, our ability to feel, to our watery, sensuous nature. And so breathing into that space below your hands 3 times. Breath in, feeling your hands gently rise. Breath out, side out, maybe with a sound. Again, breath in, noticing your hands rising. And breath out, side out. And your hands gently dropping. Once more, breath in. And breath out. And then from here, allowing the caress to move to the outside of your hips, maybe front of the hips, maybe either side of the very base of your body, your yoni. We're going to gently move, bend the knees, so placing the feet down so you can really caress on the inside of the groin. And with your touch, really sensing your touch. So through that touch, that caressing of the hips, the upper legs, the groin area, lower belly, your pelvis, and also including your yoni. Just bringing that sense of awareness there. Beautiful. And it might be nice to gently bring the knees in, placing the hands on your knees and just creating some hip circles here. So a gentle opening of the hips, a little bit of movement, very soft, and just a little bit of playfulness, a bit of exploration. How do your hips feel? And a gentle opening of the pelvis and the pelvic area. Beautiful. And then from here, you can place the feet back down. Maybe you'd like to stretch your legs all the way out. Maybe you'd like to have them dropped open to the side, like a butterfly. Could also be really nice to have pillows supporting if it's too much of a stretch. And then placing your hands at the very base of your body, cupping your yoni. And breathing into that space below your hands again. Let's do that 3 times. So gentle breath in. Gentle breath out. Once more. And then we're just going to drop into stillness here, just holding this part of your body, holding your yoni. And through that connection, through that touch, see if you can bring your awareness to that part of your body. I'm being curious if there's anything to feel or to sense. Maybe there's thoughts coming up, sensations arising, or emotions coming up. Or maybe there's not so much, and that's perfectly all right too. Just keep that touch, that connection physically there. And then we're just resting here. Taking one more breath here. And then slowly letting go of that touch. And if you had your legs open in this butterfly, then supporting your knees to come back to the center. Maybe you like to give yourself a loving hug, squeezing your knees in towards your chest. And then letting the legs stretch out, placing one hand on your lower belly, on your womb, one hand on your heart. And last few moments here of just resting, integrating. And these 3 bells mark the end of this practice. And place your hands in front of your chest or third eye, thanking yourself for showing up and taking this first step back towards your pleasure, towards your aliveness. Thank you.